Hello, people. This is me, Hari. In this one, you will be studying the 10th program. That is, we'll be creating a database and accessing the student records and sorting them using selection sort. Yeah, I guess I pronounced it wrong. Selection sort. So that's the way. Um, let's start. This is gonna be a long one because people who don't have MySQL installed in a system, I'll just go through that part too, but I'm not going to show how to install and all. It's very easy. I've already installed in the system. I'll just leave the link where you can see the documentation and install the following. But I'll just show you how to check. So I've used MySQL. So my MySQL is there. I've installed it in my system. I am using MariaDB, which is a variant of MySQL, which is an open source version. So I'm using that one. DigitalOcean is a platform where you can. There's a lot of people who help out with many of the tutorial problems that you have, like installation problems. It's similar to Stack Overflow, but it's more detailed. You can get all the information about how you install stuff. So I'm using Ubuntu 20.04. So I just checked it out. So it's the same. What you do is you use the command called as sudo apt install MariaDB server, and then you do the following MySQL secure installation command to install your MariaDB securely and set up local host and then root access, all that kind of stuff. Just follow the instructions, use this command, and then you will be promoted to enter your password. Just press enter, don't press anything here. If you set up your password here, you need to remember it and use it in the PHP code as well. But now I'm not going to set any password, so it's I'm just going to leave it blank. I'm going to do the same in the PHP also. So here set so it well, there'll be one more question. Set root access as no to the same. Then here uh, just go with rest all ESS as they have told here. Just go with yes, yes, yes for the rest of the options that will be shown after this one, and then your installation will be complete. So the third one is uh, this is for remote access and all that stuff. This is out of the syllabus right now for us. So if your guys are like into SQL and all, please check out this one and you learn a lot of stuff. How to flash privileges, how to set privileges, and then reload the privileges, etc. All the stuff is explained here. So to start the MySQL server, you MySQL CLI, that is command terminal. You use the command sudo MariaDB. So I'm going to do the same here. You can't use MySQL, I guess. I'll just use sudo MariaDB DB, and then I press enter. It asks for my password. I'll just enter it because we're using sudo command. It will ask you your password. Here, I'll say what this means. None. None is like none of the database is selected. I'll explain few commands. Please try to remember it. So show databases is a command that we use to show all the databases that are there in our MySQL. You see, these are the three primitive databases that will be already created when you install MySQL. So to create a database, we use the command called as create database. We use databases here, but we have to use database here, and then just write the database name and then end it with semicolon. Press enter. You should see something. Query OK, one row affected. So now to see all your databases, you just use the same command show databases and then press enter. Here you should see our new database has been created. To select the database, use the command called as use database. You can just say use database. In the place of database, you just write the database name. Use WebLab. So the moment you type enter, you will see that none will be changed to WebLab. So you guys should have understood right now that guys should have understood right now that the none was just because we didn't select any database previously. Just make this bigger, so for the upcoming like queries we need a lot of space. So you should see that the database has been changed, and we have given the web lab as our database name. We'll be using the same in our PHP because we need to initialize the database name variable, username variable, password variable, and the server name variable, all that kind of stuff. We'll be doing this soon. Here, the first thing that you should do is create a table. I prefer everyone to turn on your caps and then start typing stuff. That is like create database is already done. Oh, we don't need to do that. I'm sorry. Create table, and then give the table name. So give it in small caps, that is student. Open square brackets, and then sorry, circular brackets, and then end it with semicolon. Inside this, we'll be giving a row entity values. So we'll have USN, and then we'll define the data type, that is varchar, and then defining as 20. Then there'll be name, which is also using the same data type character, that is varchar. I'll set it as 20. And then address, I'm using the same data type, that is varchar, and then I'm setting it as 20. If you remember your previous DBMS projects, it will be a recap, so it'll be easier for you guys. If you don't know that, then try to understand what I'm saying. So create table student. We created the table name student, and then it'll have rows, which will be USN name and address. When I press enter, we should see query okay, zero uh, rows affected. So now to see the table that you have created, we use something called as a describe table. So in the describe, and then we give the table name, then enter with semicolon. So you can see the table that we have created. USN name and address, the types that we have used. We are not setting any primary key and stuff here because this is a very basic table. We are just here to do the selection, like sorting. So that's why, nothing else. So now we'll start inserting values inside our table. So there's a command to insert. We use insert into, and then we should write the table name, that is student, and open your circle brackets. Inside that, we have to specify the table fields, that is USN name and address. If I've specified the USN, I'm going to write the name, then I'm going to write the address. Now the keyword is values. Values is going to take up the values for these fields. So you have to write it in quotes, and then give a comma to separate them. So the first value is USN, so I'm going to write the USN. Then I'm going to write the name, that is QWE. I'm going to write the address, that's going to QWE address. So then end it up with semicolon, and then press enter. So you should get something like this. So just press the up arrow key. So you'll get the previously entered command. Just edit this stuff. Like just use I'll use 100. I'll just change this to be ABCD within caps, and then this also I'm going to change it into ABCD, and then I press enter. So the same thing happened. I'm going to change this again to 200, and here I'm going to make it as XYZ XYZ address, and then I press enter. So and then lastly I'm going to make this as 250, and then I'm going to change this as MNO, and then this also has MNO. So here you have to be careful with the primary ones, because sorry, not primary ones, the first USN, because Even if you enter the same one, it takes, because there's no like criteria here to make it as primary key or something, and your sorting won't work proper, so give different values. So so all the thing is created to check the values that you have inserted. We use a command called as select star from student, and then semicolon. You can see all the values that have we have inserted is the same. Now we'll go, our part here with SQL is done. Just exit, and now I'm going to use Sublime Text to write the code, but you guys have to use VIM. So let's start writing. So here I need to create a new I need to create a new file, that is program 10.php. So that's the file name that I'm going to give, and the file has been created. Now I'll just initialize the HTML part. I'll just give student record sorting. So here, just start writing. I'll style it later, but I'll just start writing the the PHP part first, and then we write the rest. So inside the body, you have to start writing your PHP. So we write the PHP part quickly. So and then for the PHP part, here we have to initialize few variables. We have to create few variables. That is server name. Server name is will basically be an IP address, but here we are just using it as localhost, so we'll just give it as localhost. Localhost itself is an IP address. It'll be 127.0.0 dot the one. Yeah, so it'll be something else. 127 dot 127.0.0.1. So this number will be the localhost, and then here I'm going to set the username equals. I'm going to set it as root, because that's what we created. We didn't create any new users. And then password is equal to nothing. We gave it as empty. We didn't create any root password. Then the DB name. DB name is database name. Database name is equal to, we gave it as WebLab. So I'll just show it here. So you can see here it was WebLab. That part is done. So we initialize all the variables that we need for connection. So we'll create the connection now. So we use a variable for connection. We use con, then we use MySQLi connect, and then it takes server value first, and then the username value, which is stored in username, and then the password, and then lastly it takes the DB name, that is database name, and then close. Now we are going to check a small. We are going to check whether the connection happened or not by using an if statement, by using this method connection error. We use connection error, and then if a connection error happens, it has to die in the sense it has to give us an information such as connection failed. The SQL didn't connect, then we will be getting an error like this. So sure, I'll just write the value, that is con connection error. I made a mistake here. I'm gonna have to write it as error. So hope you guys understood till here. What we're doing here is we are initializing the connection and then checking if the connection had an error, and then if the error is there, we just want to throw that error to the user, so he knows that something is going wrong. So SQL, we are going to create a variable called as SQL, which will be doing the SQL query. So I'm going to write the query now. Select star from students. So I already did it there. If you had observed here, I already did that to show get all the output, all the table output. That's what we are going to do here as well. But we are going to use the value and rearrange them. So the result of this SQL query should be stored somewhere. So it will be stored in this dollar result. So we'll have connection, then yeah, we use the pointer and then query. We query the output. We'll query the SQL. So the query result connection query of this particular SQL will be stored in the result. So we just echo BRs. So we'll give some space and then we'll echo center. This is before sorting. So we just want to show the table how it was before sorting. So that's what we are doing here. Before sorting, we'll just keep it in center, then close it up, and then we set the border, table border, do like that. So table with the border of 2 2, and then close it off. So if result, this dollar result, if there's a result, then the function, the if statement will start running. So here, inside this, we'll be writing our first table. So echo, we'll be creating a table row. I hate typing this. So and then we just give the heading that is USN and then close the heading and then open again a table head, close that as well. In between this, we'll be writing the name. That is the second field that we have given in our table. The last one is close this one, and then the last one is the address. We write the address. So the address part is also done. Then we close the row, table row as well. So that's it. So this statement would have created a table header for us. So now we're using the value that it will return will be in array. So we're going to use fetch it as an associative array. For each row, we are going to print the statements. We'll use a while loop to do that. Fetch associative array. So we'll use while row. We're going to create a value as row, which will be the row value of the thing equals result fetch associate array. Now, for each row that we get as an associative array, from the associative array is going to be printed. So I'll create uh, the tr table row, and now we'll start printing the values that we get uh, from the associative array. Echo table data. Inside the table data, inside this table data will be the value that is gonna be dollar row. How we access the value is we have a row in an array. We access them by indexes. So similarly, we access the value by using the field name. That is, we gave USN as a field name here. So we're going to use that and access the particular index at the particular field. So that's how we did it. Just copy the same, and then we just have to replace. Just scroll it up, I just have to change this as name and then this as address. So the part is done. So we will we would have got all the for each row, that is for each row we'll be printing USN and then name and then this address for each row. This is one row. The second row will print similarly like this only. We'll get a table. So that's what we are doing here. So we're going to array push it in such a way that we will be able to use it again. A comma. How do we access the particular array? Uh, we are creating again, right? So we have to write the whole thing. We just copy and paste it, so it will be very fast. The first, so just close this bracket properly. The first one is done. Just add the second one and then the third one. So we just have to replace it again here. So, so address. So this A will be having all the values. We can use it later. So we'll just close this one. So the first part of displaying the output before sorting is done. So now we have to do the sorting part. So we'll see how we do that. So here, when the while loop, like before the while loop ends itself, we'll do the sorting here for each. It's like the after the while loop ends, before the if loop ends, we have to do the sorting here. So dollar $a as key, we'll take it as a key, and then we'll do row sort. Row sort. We have to replace the index field with 0. So how we do that is, let me show you. So dollar key is not equal to 0. Then what we have to do is we have to create a new variable that is b of key, and we have to just sort. So this will be 0, and then we close it up. We are going to use the function that is array multi sort. So there is b, and then we're going to tell the type of sort, a sort associate, and then a. So this part does the whole thing. So remember this whole like the process here. So from here to here is the thing where all the sorting happens, and if something goes wrong, like in sense the table is empty, we have to write else for this if. So I'm going to write the else echo. I'll just copy it quickly. I don't want to waste time. I'll just copy it quickly. So what this does is, it's creating a center tag, and it's going to tell the table is empty, and then we end the table that we created here. The table that was created here will be ended here, and we'll just give some BRs here. So we need some space. So here we have given some BR, and now we are going to create something similar to this. Just copy this from the top, and make it after sorting. It's the same. Uh, the thing is, we're going to use the same result, and then we are going to use the count function here to count the value that we get from A here, and just rearrange it here for the using a for loop. So I'll show you how. Sorry. So inside this result, we'll just echo the heading. That is, we'll just copy it from here. This is the table heading. Inside this table heading, we'll create a variable that is n, which is equal to the count that we got from A. That is the array that we pushed here. So here, the array that we pushed here. So the count will be 0, 1, 2. So the count will be 3. And then here for the condition I equals to 0 and I less than dollar n minus 1. So it means that 3, we got 3, but the indexes will be 0, 1, and 2. So we have to reduce it by 1, so minus 1, and then I'll just do incrementation here. And open the for loop. Inside this, I'm going to write the same echo statements here. So here, this is done. So here, one thing is we have to access this pushed value by using the A. Then we have to specify the indexes. So index will be I for in the loop, and then we are going to give it as 0, and then we'll just concatenate it and close the data tag. Just copy the whole thing and just paste it down for all the co- for all the fields. Just have to change this as 1 and then 2. So we'll get for all the fields, and then just end the tag. So if you write a final else here, because like if this function doesn't work, something has to be shown, right? Just write the echo, right? A center tag. It's going to be the same. We'll just copy these two lines and then just paste it. It's going to be the same. So, and then finally we just close the connection to save system resources. Close. We use this thing to close the connection. Now we'll check the output. So sorry guys, uh, we forgot to create a array here, and that's why we use all these arrays here. You can see a array here, which it won't initialize. You will get an error if you don't know that. You have to initialize the arrays here. I've initialized a and b. So a will be holding the before, and b will be holding the after one. So that's the thing. So we should initialize the arrays here. So we just check the outputs now. Check the output now. I'll go to the part here. I'll just reload this one. Yeah. So the local host 3000 I have to go. So local host 3000 program 10. So you should see now it'll be like we'll be getting the sorted values here. And I just run this to say that connection was successful to the database. So that's the output that you have to get. So thank you so much for watching. If there's any doubt, please let us know. If you want a video about how to install MySQL and other stuff, please let us know. We'll make a video and post it. Thanks for watching, and this is the end of the web lab se- yeah, web lab series. So thank you so much for watching. Peace.